letting you in. Take a look at you and start to lose my balance. What am I falling into? This feels like something new. I've seen a lot of views, but they were nothing like this. The way you do what you do, I think you're something brand new.
Let us turn now to another leader, in fact, a leadership award. Now, this is the first time that this leadership award has been given here at Eurelectric, and it is for an MEP who has gone above and beyond what is needed during the parliamentary term. Someone who has brought everyone together on that path to transition and has really pushed things forward at scale and at speed. So to tell us more about the award and of course to announce who has won the first one, please welcome back on stage Leo Birnbaum. Leo.
So it's perfect. So I'm alone here yet because I'll make it a riddle. So I'll give you some information and you might actually guess who it is that we are talking about. But for the insiders of Brussels, it will become very clear very soon whom I'm going to talk about. So first, it's somebody from Brussels, an engineer and a professor. So somebody who really understands what she is talking about. There are some clues. No, it's a she, it's an engineer, it's a professor. Actually, she has been in research, innovation, energy, and environment, and she brought actually the scientific approach to policy making. When I had my discussions, I realized there are discussion partners where you just get through with 80% of the facts that you need. There are some where you better don't try it. She's one where you better don't try to bluff yourself through the discussion. So she brought some ratio into the chaos, and actually what really, really was impressive is that we know we had in the last years moments when the market in Europe, the energy market in Europe, was on the verge of breaking down. When the prices actually, you remember August 2022, when we saw 1,000 euros per megawatt hour, and everybody was talking, just this market is not working anymore, we need to get into rationing it. And to be very clear, if this moment in time would have lasted a little bit longer, the market would have broken down. So then we saw political reaction, but there were people who actually kept a calm head in that circumstances, and she, again, was one of them. So when Europe needed a leader, she was there. She was not alone. It is unfair, but sometimes you need just to point a few people out. And now she's not an MEP anymore, but she has a seat at the table because she has moved from the parliament to the council. Now, so slowly it should now become apparent really for the insiders. She will continue to actually lead the discussions that we have been leading over the last years, where she has been an instrumental part. Actually, she will do it in her charming way, but pretty clear. So we are celebrating really the exceptional contributions of today's Minister for Environment and Energy of Portugal, Maria da Graça Carvalho, who we actually really think we owe her a lot as an industry, and therefore, when we actually had to make a choice, here she is. We actually said this is the person who really deserves the praise of our industry for her contributions over the last year. Thank you very much, Ms. Carvalho.
Good morning. Good morning to all of you in Athens. Thank you very much for your kind words. I'm very honored for your words for this award, and I really miss to be there with you. Unfortunately, my duties now as a Minister of Environment and Energy in Portugal prevent me to be there. But to receiving this award from Eurelectric, an organization that puts together the major players in energy in Europe, is really something very important for me. I was the last 5 years in the European Parliament, in the ITRE committee that is in charge of energy, and in many files that I had the responsibility. I was lucky enough to have Eurelectric and other players supporting and working with me on the development of these files. And I want to stress mainly two files: the electricity market design and the remit, the wholesale energy market transparency. In these two files, the result would not have been possible without the involvement of all the stakeholders, and Eurelectric played a very important role on that. In the European Parliament, our success are never individual success. It depends on the involvement of all. To have good political decision, you need first scientific evidence, scientific base. And my engineer and professor exact on energy helped me a lot on that. So I designed the principles from the first beginning, the electricity market design, based on what I teach in the university. So I couldn't get it wrong, because it's what I passed to my students, the principles of a good market and how a market functions. I had to put them forward, and it's what I did. So we need to have scientific basis, the ethical principles, but also to listen to stakeholders, to have them involved. And finally, a good team to help. And allow me to mention my team that worked very close and very hard with me, my assistant, Andrea Leonardelli, and my political advisor from the EPP, is the political group that I belong, the European People's Party, Lisa Lohman, that we all work together with many other and all my colleagues that support me in the EPP and other rapporteurs and shadows. That was a fantastic team that in the end we were successful. And now it's the last mile of the work is to implement. I keep saying in my times in the European Parliament that implementation now is going to be the key, the phase of implementation. We really need the member states to implement the fantastic work that we have done in the last 5 years in the European Parliament related with Green Deal. We have about 30 new directives and regulation to implement, and electricity market design is one of the most important. I would say that is the base of the other ones in the energy part. So now I'm starting the work of the implementation, and I look forward to implement a market that empowers consumers, that attracts investment, that contributes to a strong European market, a market that functions. Because, as you said, in the beginning of the work, the market principles were endangered, and it's very important. Is the principal point of the European function is to have a market that works, and that is true for energy, is true for all the sectors of Europe. Is our probably first asset is to have a market, a large internal market, and that's what I want also to contribute for this European market from the Portuguese point of view. And the market, together with the ambitions that we have in Portugal on the renewables, on energy efficiency, on becoming more and more independent from third countries, from the importing from energy from third countries, is our policy here. We have an ambitious renewable energy policy. We are continuing that ambitions. We are very soon, the next few days, we are opening an auction on renewable gases. We are also working to open very soon an auction on offshore wind, and we are working with the projects of the resilience and recovery plant, many projects on the hydrogen production, mainly to attract the industry also to Portugal as an added value, to have green hydrogen from renewables, electricity, and all that with a market that functions, electricity market that functions, to put Portugal to continue to be one of the good examples of the electricity and in the energy in general in Europe. And for implementing all that, I want to continue to have the support of Eurelectric and all the actors of the energy sector. Now probably more the Portuguese side, but the European as a whole, to continue to listen, to learn from you, the people that are on the ground, because it's like that I want to continue to do my work like I did in the European Parliament, now in the Portuguese government for the good of our consumers and our economy. Thank you very much again for this recognition. Is also recognition of your work because you have been present in all the stages of development, for example, the electricity market design. And I wish you all a fantastic conference and enjoy a bit of Athens. I'm really sad
Thank you.
that I can be
Thank
you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Minister. Listening to you, we all heard what I said, you know. She's listening. She's database. She takes a scientific approach and she treats us as students, so she takes us seriously. So you can certainly count on Eurelectric. You can certainly count on your national associations, on your national industry. We want to have a joint success, and we will send you this beautiful award to Lisbon so that you have a reminder of the great partnership between the industry and politics, which is what makes us successful. Thank you very much. To Lisbon.
Thank you.